Hello and welcome to live coverage of the Coon Rapids 4th of July Parade here on CTN. I'm Steve Erickson.
And I'm Jennifer Anderson. We're so glad you're here with us. It is a warm as ever parade day, but certainly not as hot as some have been. It's good to have the sun shining. Lots of parade floats are lining up, getting ready to go.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a breeze. I saw it was pretty
Feels
mild, but it feels decent out here.
In the shade, it helps.
We're under a tent, so that we appreciate all our production folks for setting up the tent. This is basically kicking off a 3-day celebration here in Coon Rapids. This parade happens just adjacent to Anoka Ramsey Community College. Starts here and winds through the neighborhood. So that is tonight, right now going on. There'll be live music from 6:30 to 10 with Vitamin J. There is a meet and greet with our mascot Rocky
will be there
from 7 to 8 and Firefighter Bingo from 7:30 to 9. This all happening at Boulevard Plaza, which is on the grounds of the Coon Rapids Ice Center.
It is a fun night to kick off the 3 days of events, and if you're a Coon Rapids alumni, you might want to be out here too because it's the all-class reunion tonight as well.
That's right.
And then tomorrow, more fun begins at noon. There's the carnival, food trucks, Lions Tent. Highlight of the day, 4 to 9, is Firefighter Bingo. That is a family-friendly event. Everybody can come and participate. It is a lot of fun. The Police Association has a bags tournament this year, and that's a great way to participate and help raise money for a good cause. That money goes towards Shop with a Cop, where they, help kids go to Target or other stores in the area and pick out gifts for the holidays and usually for their family members, which is wonderful.
Yeah. We have a car show from 5 to 11, so
Always
lots of cool cars will be out here. And then again, more live music from 6:30 to 10. Arena will be performing.
And then Friday, the main event is the actual 4th of July. The Firecracker 5K, the annual race, kicks off the day early at 8 a.m., followed by the Kids Sparkler Dash. Of course, the Midway and Carnival and all the food trucks and everything start again at noon that day. The Carnival closes early on the 4th of July, 7:30 closure for the Carnival. Everybody out at 7:30 on the 4th. There's a public safety meet and greet, so you can see some big vehicles, talk to public safety people, shake a police officer's hand. Could be fun from 2 to 4. More Firefighter Bingo, of course, and then Rockin' Hollywoods.
Yeah, that'll be at 7:30. And then, of course, the big show, Fireworks at 10. And we're hoping right now, the latest report was at 5 o'clock when I listened that they were hoping the fireworks celebrations will be okay in the Twin Cities up until 10:30. So we'll be watching that closely, and any decision made about canceling the fireworks would be made by 8 p.m. on Friday, July 4th.
Yes, and we're very proud of those fireworks, so we want to,
them
to
happen,
make them happen. Yep. Well, here we go. Here's the parade.
Yeah, the Coon Rapids Police Department is leading us off here. They work with residents to make the community one of the safest cities in the country. The men and women at the Coon Rapids Police Department take great pride in the service provided to residents, businesses, and visitors to our city. The department is a 24-hour service agency. They handle over 50,000 calls each year, and I imagine that number could even be higher. Now.
Of course, they're very busy.
Yeah.
The VFW is next. Of course, they're carrying the color guard there. VFW Post 9625, an organization set up to help out all veterans that have served in the military, but they don't stop there. They donate funds to youth activities, time to community service. They fight for soldier benefits at Capitol Hill, and they never, never forget those who lost their lives defending freedom.
Of course, they have a building right off of Coon Rapids Boulevard near Hanson Boulevard. They have daily specials. And
check them out.
Yeah, they have different events going on there.
Oh, and it looks like they have a lot of family with them, too. I see a bunch of kiddos back there in and amongst all the flags.
That's the fun part of these parades. Everyone kind of gets involved, right?
Yeah, it's a family fair. My kids are in the parade, too, so we'll watch for them when they come by. But it's a great chance for the police and firefighters, all the local organizations, to bring their families out as well.
All right, up next we have the Metro Marines Color and Honor Guard. The Marine Corps Color Guard, their unit organization of the Marine Corps Veterans and the Navy Medical Corpsmen.
Oh, look at that. They even have their wagons decked out. They've got flags on there. And
very patriotic.
Yes.
And if you don't already know, there's our new Fire Station 3 in the background there.
What a pretty backdrop, isn't it?
We're at the very beginning of the parade route, actually, so things are just getting underway here on this Wednesday, July 2nd. Beautiful evening.
It is. Some final waves from the Marines. Oh, we got the Grand Marshal of our parade, Alma Cook.
Look at her there.
Oh, there she is. There's Alma Cook. We are overjoyed to announce our 2025 Coon Rapids Grand Marshal. She will be 105. Yes, 105 on July 8th.
Not a misprint.
So happy birthday to her, just a few days away. She's lived in Coon Rapids for 73 years. Isn't that amazing? I assume that's all her grandkids surrounding her, or some of them. That is
Yes,
a
and that is
wonderful.
the mother of our mayor,
Of
Jerry
course,
Cook.
if Cook sounds familiar.
9 grandchildren, 13 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild.
And Jerry's mama, we are so glad that she's out here today, braving the heat.
Yeah, busy there. The Anoka County Sheriff is up next. The current sheriff is Brad Wise. They had a proud history since it was established on June 30th, 1857. The Sheriff's Office responds to 911 calls for service for Anoka County. Communities that do not have their own police departments. The Sheriff also provides specialized functions throughout the county, such as water patrol, recreation, vehicle enforcement, and special investigations. The Sheriff operates the county jail in Anoka and provides security in the courthouse.
And on to the Coon Rapids Royal Ambassador Program. The float is sponsored by Coon Rapids Snowflake Days in the city of Coon Rapids. The winter theme of the float will take you back to youthful days of snow forts, hockey, and snowball fights. Snowflake Days celebration is held the first 2 weeks in February each year. The fun events and activities are for the young and young at heart. Snowflake Days celebrates community spirit, festivities, and of course the city of Coon Rapids. We have Teen Ambassador Afton Miller and Petite Ambassador Kendall Eichman.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got all their hockey sticks there holding all their signs.
to see all the ice and all this stuff. Quite the contrast
Oh, I
here
know.
in
I wish it
July
felt a
versus
little
the
cooler.
winter. All right, up next we have the St. Paul Winter Carnival Senior Royalty.
Well, actually, we have Urban Air
Air.
sneaking in there. They're not on our list, but of
They
course
are number
Ur-
17, actually.
Urban Air is in Coon Rapids, and they are just so full of excitement that they bounced right up to the front of the line.
They've
'Cause you
jumped
can
a
go
little
to the
bit here.
trampoline park and just bounce away and get yourself right up to the front.
Their mascot is walking, and their staff members are tossing candy and soft swag, balloons and T-shirts. It looks like. So they're
Whoa.
located over by Northtown Mall, correct?
Yeah, fun place. My kids love it there. Been there lots of times. They got their mascot out. He's got his bright shirt on. Oh, and now
All right,
on
now
to
we'll go
St.
back to
Paul
the St. Paul Winter Carnival Senior Royalty. The 2025 St. Paul Winter Carnival Senior Royalty. The members are King Winter Tom Niesner, Queen of the Northland Sue Klug, and Senior Prime Minister Chris Young.
Well, they look like they're having some fun. That is an eclectic crew. The St. Paul Winter Carnival 2025 Royal Family reigns over historic St. Paul with King Boreas, John Harrington, Queen Aurora, Tessa Westland, Prime Minister Brooke Blakey.
really love each other. Hail the ball.
He has a lot. You know what? He can do the job for me.
Like, why do we
I'll
need to
just
speak?
let him talk. Yeah, why not?
I
It's
don't
the
know. We also have the
Vulcan crew.
Vulcan crew. Now,
Oh,
they're very
yeah.
well known,
If you
right?
go to parades, you know all
Right?
about
Yeah.
them.
Oh, you got one visiting you right
Oh
now.
my
here.
gosh.
They just do.
Oh, look at that little cutie.
Vulcan crew.
I love it. I mean, I don't even know what that means, but I'm going with it. Okay, it works. Okay. Enjoy the parade. Okay.
All right. This is that. The Vulcans are actually a 139-year tradition.
Wow.
Since 1886, they're led by the true king of the St. Paul Winter Carnival, Vulcanus Rex the 87th. He is
Sure.
joined by his fiery Vulcan crew and their chariot, a 1932 fire truck named Love Urn. Affectionately named after the city she was manufactured in, right here in Minnesota. So
Obviously.
Yeah,
a
they
crew that
invite you
likes
to the
have a
10
good
days of
time.
Winter Carnival in downtown St. Paul, coming up in January of 2026. Is this our Minneapolis Aquatennial Ambassador?
I'm trying to read their, yes,
Yes,
there we
there we
go.
go.
Our Minneapolis Aquatennial Ambassadors. The Minneapolis Aquatennial just finished celebrating its 85th year. Festival founders selected the third week in July because this week has the best weather on record for the year, so they say.
Okay.
The Aquatennial Ambassador organization exists to inspire young Minnesota women to achieve extraordinary futures by providing professional development opportunities through networking and mentoring. The crew is thrilled to be celebrating in our community today, and they'll be there for the 86th Aquatennial, the fourth week in July.
All right, up next we have some familiar faces. You saw there Mayor Jerry Cook just a
There's
few
the
moments
council.
ago. The rest of our council, I don't know how many of them are here. There's Peter Butler. Some of them are walking. Brian Armstrong. But of course, Ward 1 is Brad Guskoviak. Ward 2 is Peter Butler. Ward 3 is Sean Novak. Mayor Jerry Cook, Ward 4 Christopher Geisler, and Ward 5 Brian Armstrong, along with at-large council member Pat Carlson. So imagine most of them are here.
They are. They're just all spread out.
There's
So
Chris
you got to
throwing
kind
out
of
some
pick them out
candy
of the
right
crowd
there.
here. Yes.
Toward one of the crowd favorites, getting those goodies, right?
Ah, and here comes the good sounding tunes, the Coon Rapids Marching Band. Let's have a little listen. The marching band performs each summer at the Coon Rapids Parade as well as the Minnesota State Fair. They also compete regularly in the fall at field competitions. Last season, they got a ton of awards. Outstanding drum major, best soloist, first place in Class AA at the Waseca Marching Classic, outstanding color guard at the Rebel Classic, color guard champion Class A at the Youth in Music Marching Band Championship. Sounds like they had a really successful season.
Yeah. Let's take a little bit of a listen as they come by us here.
I always wonder how heavy it is to carry those drums like that through a parade, especially when it's hot and you got to go a far distance. They are getting their work in.
There you have it. The Coon Rapids High School Marching Band. Up next, kind of fitting, Anoka Hennepin School's Little Red Schoolhouse is behind them. Much smaller than what these kids went to school in, right?
Not quite to scale, I don't
No, the float features a little country schoolhouse reminiscent of Anoka Hennepin School's beginnings. The 13 communities in the district were dotted with small schoolhouses from the mid-1800s into the 20th century. In 1952, 31 small districts consolidated into the Anoka Hennepin School District, now the largest in the state, serving 38,000 students and preparing students for a future without limits.
All of Coon Rapids sits within Anoka Hennepin School District.
Yeah.
There we go.
And now we have Daycare Darlings,
With a lot of ducks.
Eileen Matson.
We got the
that's
Jeep.
Eileen's little darlings, and they are cute, aren't they? That's a cute
A big
photo.
duck, too.
I love it. Well, that is a committed daycare mom right there.
Yes.
Gonna brave the hot weather with the little ones, for a good 45 minutes to an hour in the parade. Look how well behaved they
They
are.
are,
She must
waving,
do a really good job.
listening. Nice work.
Super cute. Looks like the kids made the sign on the back. That's adorable.
Man, they got some bubbles coming out of the unit. Up next, we have Friendly Chevrolet. They are located, or is your local Heartland Chevy dealer located in the heart of Fridley. Friendly Chevrolet is committed to being helpful to our guests and our community, driven by honesty and integrity. Friendly Chevrolet is dedicated to providing unmatched quality automotive products and services to meet your needs.
Let's look at that patriotic decor on the golf cart there for Kendall's Tavern and Chop House. Overlooking the beautiful Bunker Hills Golf Course in Coon Rapids, Kendall's Tavern and Chop House features chef-driven tavern cuisine, friendly service, and a welcoming atmosphere. They have a diverse menu featuring burgers and handhelds, entree salads, and all your Chop House favorites. Kendall's is a perfect place for post-golf lunches, private events, family dinners, and outdoor gatherings. Kendall's Tavern and Chop House is open for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. They offer dine-in, takeout, and curbside pickup options. They look forward to seeing you.
Who are these? Who let these guys into the parade? I don't know.
Goofballs.
There's our CTN sports guys, Joe Yund and Howie Shapiro. Someone gave them bags of candy, and they're just
Boy.
handing things out here.
CTN brings the Coon Rapids community award-winning cable television programming Watch high school sports, community events, engaging local stories, government meetings, and more. CTN began producing local cable television programming in 1986. Our team eventually outgrew its space at City Hall, moved into a new television studio in 2001 at the corner of Robinson Drive and Creek Meadow Drive. In addition to our studio facilities, CTN has 2 high-definition mobile production trucks, which is bringing you this production today and one that you see there in the parade. CTN is funded through subscriber fees paid by Xfinity cable television customers. Thank you, customers. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Sign up for services at xfinity.com. And we are not the cable company, but we want you to sign up for Xfinity Cable, and a portion of that helps fund the programming on CTN.
We just do the programming on these channels. I was talking to Howie earlier. I told him we should save all the candy to the end. Only so,
Because
a
all the
certain
people
amount of
at
bags,
the
'cause
end
people
are
don't.
used to, like, it runs out by the time it gets
And then
to
just
them.
like toss it all out in buckets. All right, up next we have the Chisago Lakes Marching Band. They go to Chisago Lakes High School in Lindstrom, Minnesota. And when I counted, they had about 13 performances a summer, from parades they'll be up at the state fair. I think there's usually a day for bands
Yes.
at the state fair each year.
Yeah.
So they're going to be coming by us shortly here, and we can take a listen in. There you have it, the Chisago Lakes Marching Band. And we should mention, these folks are judged. There are different categories: a royalty float category, a clubs and organizations, and a churches and youth groups. So we do have a panel of judges sitting nearby. We're kind of taking notes and taking scores.
I was jamming. I liked that one. This is the Coon Rapids High School cheerleading squad. The Coon Rapids High School cheerleaders will be doing cheers in and out with the mini Cardinals. So that must be their little juniors that they sign up into camps with. Maybe some dances as well. So let's hear it.
Here we go, Cardinals, here we go. 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 Here we go, Cardinals, here we go.
They got their little partners with them that are looking up to their mentor high school cheerleaders. That's fun.
A lot of Cardinal spirit in the parade today.
Yeah, and that program's really been successful in the last several years. They have really gotten involved in the community. They do a lot of great events, and they've gotten some recognition and awards that's well deserved.
All right, up next we have the Coon Rapids Cardinal Little League.
Look at them. They're having a good time. Hi, guys.
We're kind of in that season still, or at maybe the tail end of...
Yeah, I think, you know, there's definitely all-star season going on, too.
Yeah.
The Coon Rapids Cardinal Little League is represented by players aged 4 to 12 from T-ball through Majors Division and Coon Rapids Traveling Baseball. So, yeah, I think it usually goes
Lots
into
of things,
July,
and then they
I
usually have
figure.
fall ball, too, with some of the
Yes.
leagues. And
They got all kinds of kids out there having a good time.
yeah, they just had a day recently, I know in June, at the Coon Rapids Cardinal Little League, where the Saints were there. It was like their Saints Day.
Oh,
and,
that's fun.
They had the mascot out there and all sorts of things. So.
That's great. And good luck to them as they continue their all-star season and the traveling teams go on and play against the other leagues.
All right, up next we have the Nest of Threads Boutique Marketplace. They have unique gifts, handmade treasures, and all the good vibes. They're proud to support over 20-plus amazing local vendors, each bringing you a little sparkle to Coon Rapids and now Princeton. So it looks like they have a new location.
And expanding.
Whether you're looking for the perfect outfit, a quirky mug, or the cutest home decor, they've got you covered. can swing by their shop. They're located off Coon Rapids Boulevard and about 111th Avenue.
And on to Texas Roadhouse. We got our dancing armadillo there. Texas Roadhouse is a local family-owned restaurant with hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made from scratch sides, fresh-baked bread, ice-cold beer, and legendary margaritas. They say, come on in and join us and say hi.
That place is
Maybe
packed.
dance with him.
That place is packed when you go in there.
It
it's
always
like
is.
a maze
Always.
to go in, and yeah, they do a good business.
They are busy.
I overheard someone talking once that they're one of the top 10 in the world.
Oh, really?
This is the Coon Rapids location.
Yeah, I believe it. It's always busy
'Cause
there.
they're around
They're
the
doing
world.
something right.
Yeah. All right, we got Coon Rapids Fast Pitch up next. The Fast Pitch Association provides opportunities for girls ages 4 to 18 to learn and play softball while growing as teams and individual players.
Go Cardinals. Oh, they got wigs on. That's got to be hot today. It's fun, though. Hi, guys.
Their sign actually says ages 6 to 16, so got to be at least 6, I guess.
Oh, they're chanting something. They got a cheer going. You know what? Baseball and softball players, they are good for that.
Yeah.
You got to have a good dugout chance to get your team revved up, keep them going.
Whatever it takes to win, right?
I mean, not the supreme athlete. That was like one of my most favorite parts of it, was chanting in the dugout. Forest Lake Marching
Yeah, we have another
Band,
band
here they
coming up.
come. All right, the Forest Lake Marching Band is a proud tradition since 1928. It's a summer parade band featuring over 120 students from grades 7 through 12 at Forest Lake Area Middle School and Forest Lake Area High School, of course in Forest Lake, Minnesota. Under the direction of Jake Matheson and Katie Dubois, the band carries on its rich legacy by performing at local parades and events throughout the summer. Let's listen to it. Forest Lake says they carry on their rich legacy by showcasing school spirit and musical excellence. And I love when they do popular music, current music, because I just always want to challenge myself and see if I can pick up what it is. Jamming over here.
Did you pick up what it was? Okay. One better than me.
We had earlier, then we had Alibi.
All right.
Yeah. We got all
You
the
are a
radio
cool
hits today. Thanks for saying so. I'm going to record that.
Yes. Play it back to your kids when they're. All right. Well, if you're just joining us, you are watching the Coon Rapids 4th of July Parade here on CTN. I'm Steve Erickson along with Jennifer Anderson, and now we're bringing you coverage of today's 4th of July Parade. And you
And
know some people in this float.
Yes,
I think you should do
yes,
this
we
one.
do. It's City of Coon Rapids Recreation and some really handsome young men in the
Those are your
background.
boys in back holding the
Those are
Rockies?
my boys. Yes, they're representing the Rocky spirit.
Oh, there they are. Oh,
Hi, Champlin and Milo, Stephanie.
there's our big
Director-
boss,
yes,
Stephanie
Director
Ring.
of
There she
Community and
is.
Recreation Services. See, she does it all.
That's right.
There's Rocky, our community mascot.
Yeah. And he is Rec on the Spot is a free drop-in program at parks every Monday through Thursday each week until August 14th. He does make an appearance there, right?
does.
Once a summer. You'll find him at most other rec events throughout the year, including the Farmers Market, Pet Fair, and of course at Rocky's Pumpkin Patch. There's a lot of candy up there, nice. Visit the rec staff and meet the real Rocky immediately following this parade near the bingo tent. He loves to stop for a high five or a photo anytime you see him out at one of our many events and rec programs.
Our rec staff works hard. Out in the hot heat all summer, free programming for kids. It's a really popular thing.
Yeah, Rocky's been a hit, certainly.
Compass Childcare. Compass Childcare, locally owned and operated, is a child care center located off Northdale and Crooked Lake, enrolling all ages.
They brought out a boat.
Their boat is decked out.
There'll be a lot of those out and about this weekend, I imagine.
Yeah, it's kind of, I was going to say Moana, but no, we've moved on. It's Lilo and Stitch is the thing this summer. So yes, they're very current with their theme this year.
Isn't there a movie?
Yes,
Leo
it was actually
this summer, or was
so
it?
cute. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a live action version or remake, and it was really, really good.
Of course you saw it. Of course you saw
Yeah, as you saw, I have kids.
it. Up next, we have the Coon Rapids Matt Bandits. Their mission at Matt Bandits is to provide a safe and positive environment for youth to learn and excel in the sport of wrestling. They strive to instill values such as discipline, teamwork, perseverance, and sportsmanship in the young athletes. Through dedicated coaching and a focus on individual growth, we aim to help each wrestler reach their full potential both on and off the mat. We're handing out some
They're always
trophies, yes?
they're always a good crew too to help out. They come to some of our community events like Pumpkin Patch and work really hard for us. So we appreciate that. And this said, is that football as well, or are we still on the Matt Bandits? I think we are. They're doing some acrobatics out there. Our camera people are hard at work jumping through the crowds.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. Get your kid out for wrestling. Coon Rapids Matt Bandits. We take kids from kindergarten to 12th grade. Sign them up today.
All right.
How's that?
All right, there's Bob
How's
Adams,
CCN doing today?
encouraging people to...
Well, it says football, but he's also talking about Matt Bandits, so it must be a mix of both there.
Yeah, because football's nowhere else in the parade, so maybe they just
it must
joined
be.
this.
They're representing all there
So we
today.
got that. Lots of things
A
to
good
pick
little
from,
plug
right?
for wrestling and football as well.
Football season will be here before
Do
you
you have
know
what
it.
it takes, Steve? Do you
No.
have what it takes?
No. That's why I'm providing you parade coverage
We're too
today.
old for that. Way to go, guys. Way to represent Coon Rapids.
All right, I think up next we have the Miss St. Francis Ambassador Program.
They got their patriotic wear on today.
Yeah, and these folks were just crowned at the end of May, it looks like. So they got that
They
parade
are
wave
new.
down.
Yes, they are new to it and fresh. They got some good tunes. I like it.
Yeah, I've heard this song before.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. I'm glad you're keeping up, Steve.
I do move it off the 80s channel once in a while. Yeah.
I'll try not to sing that. Nobody wants to hear that.
No.
And they have the Pioneer Days in St. Francis, so they're representing their community and their festival.
That's the one thing we say about this time of year is now most weekends you can find a festival going
Somewhere.
on in any community
Yeah,
in the
for
area.
sure. Oh, we got
Oh, boy.
the Youth
Whoa,
Hockey
whoa,
Association. Oh, my goodness.
Be careful. That's why
It's
they
a
got
little
the helmets
different than
on,
on
right?
the ice, right?
They got the
yeah,
helmets
it's not
on.
quite as smooth sailing as on the ice. The
All right.
Coon Rapids Youth Hockey Association.
Yeah, they provide an enjoyable introduction to hockey for boys and girls of all abilities, ages 4 to 15. You can learn the Learn to Skate clinics they have will be returning this fall. They are followed by the Minnesota Blue Ox, the Junior A hockey team that also plays at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. They say to take in a game this fall and watch some great competitive hockey right here in Coon Rapids. Everybody's got the yellow or black tubs.
Oh,
filled with
yeah,
goodies.
they're filled up. Obviously, the Costco special is on display today. I was determined that our recreation float was not going to run out of candy this year because it is hard to get all the way to the end and pace yourself.
I
so
mean,
we have a
you
lot
were
of
really
candy in the back of that
analyzing.
trailer.
We spent days. She was analyzing ounces. Then she actually counted the number of pieces. Like,
right.
this comes down to a science.
It is. It's an art, I think. Yeah. That was the Coon Rapids garage door service too there on the truck.
Yeah, what a beautiful night. Coon Rapids Service is up next.
Full service, preventive maintenance, and auto repair. They've been serving Coon Rapids since 1980. They're as old as I am. Oh
yes,
my gosh.
Yes, I believe it's family owned.
Their mission is to provide the highest quality service in maintaining your vehicle so that it's completely safe and dependable. Another stitch.
I was gonna say.
They're on the bandwagon. Oh, look at that move. I love it. Way to go, buddy. Minnesota Star Martial Arts has proudly provided martial arts, fitness, and self-defense training to men, women, and children in Coon Rapids and the surrounding community for over 25 years. No contracts ever. Classes are led by Grandmaster James Franklin. We've met him on CTN
Yeah,
before.
we've
We've
done
done
some
stories
stories,
with
yep.
him. He's taught and coached state, national, and international champions. Their programs are designed to build strength, confidence, and discipline in a supportive environment. You can find out more at mplsmartialarts.com.
And you can really start them from a young age in this.
I love it.
It's like-
I think this is such a great thing to do to build your confidence and flexibility and strength, discipline.
Yeah. Start with that flexibility when you're younger, right? Like you
Keep
get
it
on
going,
this and you'll
yeah.
be good for life.
Coon Rapids Swim and Dive Team.
Yeah, up next, here they are. They would love for you to join their team and have some fun. They're open to youth in grades 7 through 12. Everyone gets to compete, and no one gets benched. The girls' season is in the fall. The boys' season is in the winter. You can search Coon Rapids Cardinals Swim and Dive or contact Coon Rapids High School for more information. I got some signs that they made, some balloons.
And I hear some drumming in the back. Anoka. Tornadoes.
Quite a few bands this year. I know
There have been. I
yeah,
love
it's
it.
great.
It's great.
These are our neighbors just to the west here.
Anoka High School Marching Tornadoes perform throughout the state of Minnesota on parades for football games and field show competitions. Their most recent accolade includes winning the Minnesota State Champions in Class A in 2024. Since 2016, consistently placed in the top 3 at the Minnesota State Championship. Good for them. Let's listen to it. See the mom there? She's going across their backs with a spray and a can.
Sure, it feels good.
Oh, I'm sure. That's like VIP right there. I love the drum line.
And there you have it. That was the Anoka High School Marching Tornadoes. Up next, we have the Corner Fringe Ministries. They're located at 789 Northdale Boulevard. It's like the variety you have in the parade, right?
I like all the bands spread out. It really like keeps the tempo up and it's good entertainment. We got an instrument coming here, I think. Oh no. He's got a horn. Playing a horn.
Today is the first time he's been blowing the shofar, and he's doing it great now.
Show.
He's learning how to do it. You know, just like us, when we learn how to do God's word.
Again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Coon Rapids 4th of July parade. Started at 6 p.m. tonight. Thank you for being with us. I'm Jennifer Anderson and Steve Erickson here doing another parade together.
Here we are
Another
once again.
sunny,
We got
warm night.
the Girl Scouts joining us again this year. This is the Girl Scouts of Coon Rapids.
Join a troop and you'll always have something to look forward to, they say. Learn new things, play games, go on adventures, and explore the outdoors. And of course, sell some good cookies, right?
You know, that's one of their big fundraisers each year,
course.
correct?
Red Divine Diamonds Dance Team Coon Rapids.
Yeah, they're a new majorette program. Their program is located at the Coon Rapids Ice Center building. They offer different styles of dance, hip-hop, lyrical, jazz, etc. They're also a traveling majorette competition team. They now have open enrollment for youth ages 4 to 18. They say, let's stop talking about our youth and create a positive and safe environment for our youth.
That's a good mission. I like that. Wow, these are some serious moves on the asphalt.
I was thinking
Way to
how
go,
hot
girls.
that must be. Yeah.
I know. Woo! I like it. It's going to be a long walk ahead, though. It's going to be hot. They're young. They got it in it. They got the
Yeah.
energy.
And like we said, this parade route starts right outside of Anoka-Ramsey Community College and goes down south on Mississippi Boulevard, over to Direct River Drive where it turns east, and then it heads north on Flora Street past Mississippi Elementary School and kind of ends back at 109th Avenue. So I don't know, do you know the mileage of the whole parade?
No, but I don't think it's as long as some, so
Yeah.
it's pretty manageable.
All right, we have
Now
the
we have
Maple Lake
Maple
Royalty.
Lake
up
Royalty,
next.
yes. Miss Maple Lake Ellie, Princess Callie, Junior Princess Layla, and Junior Princess McKinley. They invite you to celebrate with them Saturday before St. Patrick's Day in March 2026.
Wow,
They
we're
have
already
kind
talking
of a
about
St. Patrick's
26.
theme float here. Yep. That's cute.
As I told you before, we are now closer to the year 2050 than 2000.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about
As
that.
of today.
Right. We've
Yeah.
hit the halfway point, huh?
We have the Senate District 35 Republicans up next. They promote conservative values and candidates in the
DFL. We have the DFL here.
Oh, sorry, I jumped ahead. Yes.
Yeah.
The Senate District 35 DFL. They're the local Democratic Farmer Labor Party, Senate District 35. They are actively defending democracy, freedom, and liberty in our community and the rest of Minnesota. The DFL party members currently holding elected office are Zach Stevenson with the Minnesota State House of Representatives, Carrie Rayrauer, Minnesota State House of Representatives, and current candidate for the Minnesota State Senate, Ange Nelson. And there's Carrie
There's
Rayrauer.
Carrie, former council member. She riding her bike? That's a
Yeah,
good
it's
idea.
a smart idea.
Yep.
Looks like they're handing out little windmill type items. And then right behind them we have the Spring Lake Park Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee.
Looks like they brought a van. They're located right over off of Highway 65.
Close to Highway 10 there.
Yeah.
They say, come check out the daily deals. I wonder what they're handing out. Maybe they're handing out coupons
I
or,
don't know.
can't quite see what's in the bucket. Oh, and I hear drums, and now I see them. Senate District 35 Republicans.
Yes, this is the one I jumped ahead to. They promote conservative values and candidates in Coon Rapids, Anoka, and Southern Andover. You can check out their website at sd35gop.com. They say happy 4th of July and a special thank you to those who have served or are serving our country who make our freedom possible.
How'd they manage to get a founding father here?
Yeah, and we got some school board candidates as well. Of course, we do have a school board election. I believe 3 seats might be up this
There
fall.
are 3, yep. 3 of the 6, so
So even
half
though we're
the
in an
makeup of the
yeah,
board.
when we're in an off-year election, but really important to get out and vote for school board candidates this fall.
We have a big crew today.
Yeah, lots of signs.
And here we go. We've got the Mung College Prep Academy Marching Warriors. Mung College Prep Academy was founded in 2004 with a mission to provide the best integrated, challenging, and well-rounded educational experience to students in grades K through 12. Today, HCPA serves over 2,600 students across grades K through 12, providing them with the tools they need to succeed beyond high school. Here they go. Let's listen in. participating in parade marching, and they're looking forward to joining the growing community of Minnesota marching bands. They're presenting Seasons of Sound under the direction of Kirsten Slockner and Emma Grams. Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's a growing program. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is next. Love for all, hatred for none is their banner. They are out of, I think, the order in here. I don't see them on our list. Oh.
Yeah, they were earlier. I know, but they did make
They
it. so we're
participate though
happy to have them
every
here.
year in the, or at least for the last several years. They
Yeah.
they come to the parade here. Participate.
And they are located right off of Robinson Drive, not far from Coon Rapids City Hall.
Next we have Connections Church.
Yeah, they're not just a church of the community, but for the community. This is the third year that Connections has served the Coon Rapids community by cleaning up the parade route. So they request to be one of the last units so they can go along.
Towards the end, yeah.
and I see
Which
a-
is a double commitment because number one, you're helping out and cleaning up, which is wonderful. But also being at the end of a parade route means you're here a longer time. And we thank them for doing that. But of course, you can't be the very last because we have a little bit of a tradition here. And we know what the last
that's
entry
true.
always is. And we hear them. And now I see them. Here they are, our very own Coon Rapids Fire Department. The city of Coon Rapids is served by a full-time fire department, 3 fire stations, one as you've been seeing behind the parade route today. The 3 fire stations are staffed by career firefighters 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The fire department provides fire suppression, emergency medical service, hazardous material accident mitigation, automobile extractions, ice rescue, fire prevention, fire inspections, and education services. And they are so involved in all of our community events as well, and we very much
yeah,
appreciate
so
that.
much.
I think we have some kiddos with some of the family joining today, which is great. And they're out here for the 4th of July all throughout the 3 days of the celebration. The firefighter bingo tent, and they do a lot of work. The fire, the Coon Rapids Fire Social Group
Yep.
is very involved in organizing and volunteering for the 4th of July celebration overall.
They got their one of their rescue boats pulling behind them. Of course, we're close to the Coon Rapids Dam, and we also have Crooked Lake, so those boats can get used from
Come in
time
handy.
to time.
And they keep very busy training, so they're always staying up on their skills, even though you don't get to necessarily use that in an emergency all the time. When they need to, they are ready. They put a lot of time and effort into their training to keep their skills sharp.
Can't believe we're to the end of the parade already.
It kind of
always
feels like it
goes
went
fast.
fast. Yeah,
yeah.
it really did. Had a good variety. Bands, community groups, athletes, dance and cheer.
And really,
It's a
we
good
couldn't have
mix.
asked for better weather.
No, the breeze helps, and we're lucky because we get to be in the shade under this tent. So
Maybe we're feeling it a little different than they're all feeling it
yes,
out there.
walking
but,
the route might feel different.
it's still a cooler day than it's going to be. It sounds like Friday, the 4th, is going to be pretty hot and
Yes.
humid.
Well,
so
you know, the 4th of July celebration always is quite warm.
with Minnesota, we never know what we're going to get, right? So
There's
our
our
tactical
TSV, the
support.
tactical support
do
vehicle.
they have their old fire truck in here or not?
You
Do
know,
see
they,
it? Oh yeah, it's coming up. Because they have that on display
Usually
now at the new
do.
fire station. They kind of have a
Yes.
special spot
there's
for
a
it.
little museum, a mini museum in
Yeah.
the front. It's really neat. There are quite a few cool artifacts and pictures and some interesting history there to check out in Fire Station 3, which is just behind us here.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
The old truck that they restored. They located and brought back here, and Pretty cool.
It is neat. I would say that our firefighters are very steeped in tradition. They
Yeah.
care very deeply about that, and they do a great job of trying to preserve that and sharing those messages.
And of course,
obviously the
we're
truck
back
is
to all
cool.
the red trucks. For a while, we had yellow trucks, but we've since converted back to all red.
Well, it was a fun parade. It was flowed nice and smoothly and
Yeah,
quickly.
it really did.
I hope everyone along the route had a great time and was able to collect a lot of candy and
Yeah.
goodies.
But like we said, this parade's got to be about a mile long at least.
I would say
12
just around
blocks or
there,
so.
just shy
And
or
like we
just
said, we're
over.
kind of toward the beginning of the route each year, just right next to Anoka Ramsey Community College. Kind of goes south here on Mississippi Boulevard, over to Direct River Drive, and then up Flores Street to 109th. So
Yes, and Anoka Ramsey is always a great partner for this
Yeah.
event in providing space and grounds for people to park, and also, on the 4th of July during the fireworks, it's a very busy area over here. This
yes.
route is kind of the hub of all activity, and there are a lot of fun things ahead.
Yeah, this is just the kickoff to this
yeah.
4th of July. There's still this evening and 2 more days ahead here. Tonight there will be live music from 6:30 to 10 by Vitamin J. From 7 to 8 there will be a Rocky meet and greet, and 7:30 to 9 firefighter bingo.
And bingo is a great activity for young and old. It's just $1 a sheet and a good way to pass the time. It raises money for a variety of community groups. Each session throughout the 3 days is hosted by a different local community group, and a little bit of the proceeds go to them. So, you can have a little fun and do a little good at the same time.
All right, then we move to the 3rd, which is Thursday. The carnival starts at noon. Firefighter bingo again from 4 to 9. The Coon Rapids Police Association's bag turn will be at 5 p.m. That is a new event this year, so you did need to register for that. Car show from 5 to 11. Come out and check out some cool cars, and live music from Arena from 6:30 to 10.
And I think there are still spots in that bags tournament, so if you're interested, you can go online. You can go to the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov/4th of July, 4th of July, and there are links to signups and more information about all of the events going on over the next
All right,
couple
and then
days.
4th of July, things kick off at 8 a.m. with the Firecracker 5K and a Kids Sparkler Dash at 9:15. The Carnival Midway will open at noon. It will close promptly at 7:30 p.m. on the 4th. There'll be food trucks, Lions Tent, pull tabs from noon to 10. 2 to 4, come and meet our public safety folks at a meet and greet. There will be firefighter bingo from 6:30 to 10, and then the Rockin' Hollywoods are going to be performing at 7:30.
I hear a rumor that this might be their last 4th of July,
oh.
so kind of the end of an era.
You might have to catch them while you can. So
Mhm.
7:30 on the 4th. Then, of course, the big fireworks show at 10 o'clock. We hope we can get that off.
Weather's looking okay. I think it's likely that the fireworks will continue. It would take a lot to cancel them. We don't cancel and reschedule unless it's absolutely really necessary due to severe weather.
Yeah, and people do ask that a lot, and it's like there's a lot of coordination that goes into this. You guys sit in meetings for months ahead of time, and it takes a lot to put this on. So
And just kind of picking it up and putting it on a different day doesn't always work with all the fencing and the extra staffing and all the vehicles. It's not something that you just switch, so the goal would be to show up promptly, early, really allow yourself lots of time to find a spot. Parking is a little crazy, but the show is worth it.
yeah,
It
We
is
sh-
a great show.
we should mention the event is sponsored by the Coon Rapids North Stars Club. Oh, we got our folks in the
Oh,
truck.
and a big thank
that.
you to our crew. Our CTN events crew does a great job setting everything up. If you could see what's happening around us, there are so many cables and wires and tripods and stands. A lot of work goes into setting up. We're very grateful to the work that they do to bring this to you, as well as many community events, concerts, other things throughout the year.
All right. I did want to mention, also give thanks to this event is sponsored by the Coon Rapids North Star Lions Club, the Coon Rapids Fire Social Group, and the Coon Rapids Community Strength Foundation with support from the city. So we couldn't do it without
Absolutely
all of
not.
those groups.
And it clears out quick.
All right.
Bye,
that'll do it for
everyone.
us. Have a safe 4th. We'll see you back here again for our parade again next year.